Alright, time to shoot another video. This time got my buddy Neal Webster. I think he's 81. I might have cheated him a couple years in one of the videos where I said he was 84. I think he's 81, born in 1938. I just looked it up on Facebook. Good buddy of mine, but I don't keep up with people, so I don't even know my own birthday. I'm pretty sure I'm 32. But anyway, gonna go out and try to get him in a kayak. Should be a good time. We pick at him all the time. Say about half of them's under warranty. He's got, I think, both knees replaced with titanium knees, and he's an old fighter. He's a Marine. Good dude, basically like a granddaddy to me. Been one of my dad's best buddies for a long time, and good buddy of mine. So we're gonna go out there, get in a kayak, see if we can't catch us a few. All right, we're pulling up to the water over here. I think this is gonna be a pretty good little video. We'll have a good time today. He's been talking about the kayak deal. He actually brought him a fly rod too. Talking about some of his old fly fishing days back in the day. So we're gonna get out here and get in these kayaks for a little while, see what we can do.
A whole new ball game.
Yeah, we ready though. You got your hat cam on too?
Yeah.
I heard that.
I ain't turned it on yet.
You ever wore it much?
I never have. This is the first time.
What'll happen on it? It'll I'm gonna tilt it down a little bit too.
Yeah.
You ready to roll? Let's see. Well, with this, I got you a camera right here too.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
plug it into a battery.
Yeah, I got a pack just like that.
So that one will run, and then what we'll do, like, it's got little places where you put your rod butts, and you can put your tackle or whatever right there. You can put your rod butts right there, and they'll kind of lay up through here.
Yeah.
Or you can stand them up in this.
Back there in the back.
Yeah, but they kind of, I don't know how easy it'll be for you to reach for them, but you can try them back there if you want to. Worst case scenario, I can paddle over there.
This one up here.
All right. I think this will be about the best spot to try to get in. It's a little bit, it's still mucky, but it's a little bit better than that other. You just step in the water a little bit. That way, because if you step on this side, it's going to kind of make it rock this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I'm just trying to figure out how to, can I go in this way and turn around?
You might be able to. I'll try to steady the boat. There you go. You in there now?
I got it now, old boy.
You can just lean a little bit, just kind of get your balance, see how it feels.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't really topple out of this thing, I don't think. You just kind of want to stay in the middle pretty good.
Right.
And your hat cam's running, that camera's running. I'm gonna go get my boat and I'll be out here with you. Better cup to it that way.
It's a little bit different than trying to paddle a canoe, ain't it?
Yeah. Gotta give it to Willie O. A lot of guys wouldn't fool with technology and everything. He fights it. He got him a smartphone, got him a GoPro, got him a hat cam on. He busted that out on me. I didn't even know he was gonna bring a hat cam. So he said it's the first time he wore one. That ought to be some good stuff. But he does good. He gives it his all. That joker. He'll still fish 10-hour tournament with the rest of us. Like it ain't nothing. I'm out there 7 hours in, about to die. He's still rolling. Old Marine. What you think, Willie O?
It's just getting used to getting keeping your balance in where you're stroking.
Yeah. You say you used to fish in a wash tub?
I have. In one pond, I had a put with a big tractor tire tube.
Yeah.
And blow it up, and well, stick that number 3 wash tub down in it, and then blow it up, and then hold that wash tub and take a piece of plank. And the only thing about that is it's shown up as round, and you
Topple all over about like that.
no, when you paddle it, you have to.
In a circle. Yeah. What you made your plywood boat too one time, didn't you?
I made me a 14-foot flat bottom, but I bought right after I got out of service, and me and Dot moved back to Notasulga. I bought a plywood boat that was pointed like a canoe. But it was about I don't know, maybe 12 foot, might have been, if it was that long. But it was just perfect. I had a 39 Plymouth coupe, and I could put that thing up on top of that, and we'd park it where I was going to take out, And then we'd go around to where I was going to put in, and put in, and she'd go on back to the house. Of course, back then the creek was a lot deeper and swifter than what it is now. I mean, I'd put in over at Moss's Flat and go all the way to Golden Mill.
You got your flower rod with you. What would you tell me we'll go about your daddy bought you a little tackle box or something?
Yeah, he bought me a little fly box. It was a plastic, it ran about that big around, and it was about that wide, and it had different sections in it.
Yeah.
And you could just dial in, put what it is, and slide it around, open up. And
like them old lead boxes where it would only open one thing?
Well, you're right. It was quartered. I mean, like cut up in pie pieces, and you could slide the opening over it, and then you could slide it open and get what you wanted out of it, and put it back and just snap onto your belt. And that's all I fished with till after. Even well, I fished with popping bugs and all, but the best thing I had was that grasshopper. But I fished caught a lot of, especially big brim, off of a little old Nips like spinner with one of them black nips on the end of it. Yeah. And you throw that thing out there and just pull it in, just ease it in.
That little deal there, if you take it and tuck it under that, see that rubber strap in the front of you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you tuck it under that and then set it on that other thing.
Okay.
It'll be right out of your way. Pretty neat, ain't it? You wouldn't know what to do with this thing back in '38, would you?
No.
48. What's that? You told me a story one time about an old dude that walked the creek on you.
This was a black guy in the branches behind the, over at the house. There's one in behind and one in front. He was an old guy when I first met him. He probably wasn't maybe 5'6" or something like that, small, but he was old guy. And of course, I fished the branch. I had to all just go. That was my biggest thing, and that was the biggest thing when we moved back, Daddy, to get me off the river in Tallahassee. Well, me and a buddy of mine that lived down the street, we wasn't about, well, we might have been 6 years old, but I think it was about more like 5. Right there, when you get on the bridge to go across, if you look right down to the right, there's a little old pocket. Mm-hmm. All right, we found some screen wire one day. So me and him decided we were going to go down there and seine that pocket.
5 years old.
Yeah, and I didn't know how to swim. He didn't either. We got off in it, and Daddy and Mother worked on the mill in the mill on the first shift, and this guy came by where he could see, from between there and the hospital, and he saw us down there, and he had the same job in the mill on the second shift his Daddy had on the first shift. Mm-hmm. Everybody, kids and everything, when they blew that whistle for the change shift, everybody took off home.
Yeah.
Because they knew, they would do it. Well, so we did too. Well, where we lived at, it was on Dorman, right behind the Baptist church, where if you come off of 4th Street and come down, it was a break in there, and it still is. And we lived right there. Well, about the time I got home, Daddy and Mother got home. Well, the bathroom was in the middle of the house. Daddy didn't say a word. He come through and just reached down and got me by the arm. He already had the stick in his hand. Carried me in the bathroom and locked the door.
Time to learn a lesson, wasn't it?
And buddy, he went to work. And I mean, Mother was screaming and hollering, trying to tear the door down because she just knew he was going to kill me. Well, he finally thought I figured out maybe I had enough, so he left. He left, and he was gone all night, and didn't come back till about dinner time the next day. And when he come back, he told Mother, he said, "We're gonna pack up. We're moving.
Gotta get you away from there before you
Gonna go back." So we moved in a house on 14, right there, where the county line is, and where that guy that's got them horses and everything. There was a big old house there. We moved into that house, And the first thing he done was bought me a horse and to give me a responsibility. Otherwise, if he knew that I didn't, see, I didn't have nobody to play with my age. I had to run around and go with 4 or 5 year old older than I was. But anyway, going back to that old guy, I would fish and catch him hornheads up and down the branch and all that. And then that's where I met him. He was down below 54 the first time I ever seen him. I met him. But then we got to be, you know, he'd meet, and he'd come up when he'd get in a certain distance, he'd holler. Well, when he holler, I'd grab my stuff and meet him.
Yeah.
In fact, I left the horse. It was about 9 o'clock one morning, left her standing in the field, hooked up to a plow. and Daddy and them got home at 2:30 the other day, and she was still standing there when Daddy had to go down there and unhook her and bring her up. Well, that didn't go over too good either.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Fishing's been getting you in trouble for a while, hasn't it?
well, it wasn't only fishing. I mean, I would just take a notion that I wanted to roam, and I mean, woods or dead distance didn't do nothing. I would go, and I may come out down at New Farby, and over Sagahatchee, or up on 14 somewhere. It's just going through the woods and turn around and go back home, just wandering around.
We're also worried about getting bit by a snake nowadays. I mean, I wasn't that bad, but I was pretty bad, 7, 8 years old on the creek behind the house, and I don't know how in the world we dodged them all that time.
It was 2 times on the branch we liked to got it, that I liked to got it. One time, a buddy of mine and I was seining. We'd go and spend the night like at Burns' Bridge or other places like that on the lake. And or either we'd go and put in over at the Steel Rail Bridge and put up set hooks and stuff like that. And we were seining that branch behind the house. And we were going through there, and there was a kind of a rocky bank and everything right there, and we were seining. I was on the bank side, and he was on the outside, and I was gouging the bank to run the minnows out. And I run a big old marksman out. And what was so bad about it, it almost got him when it went through his legs. And we were about 100 yards from a brand new 4-strand barbed wire fence. And that's where he headed, was toward that barbed wire fence. Well, I just knew that he wasn't going to stop. He was going to run in. So I had to run him down and catch him. Yeah, I mean, to keep him part of, but I mean that snake actually scared me. Yeah. And the next thing was flying next to the branch down there in the field and everything. If I got thirsty, I'd just go down there and get on my hands and knees and drink right out of the branch. And I was down there one day doing that, and I was drinking like that, and about that I saw something right here. And just about the time I saw it, I come up, when I did it lunged and went right under my, of course I got high enough and it missed me. Yeah. And I guess that's about as close as I've ever come to getting.
Yeah. We better get a fish in the boat. We done floated back out into the sunshine.
I'm gonna start off with this fly rod. The fishing has been other than about 15 years of coon hunting. Oh man, I'm telling you, that's addictive. I probably spent more money and more time away from home coon hunting than in 15 years than I have with anything else. You know that big old swamp down there by GKN? I mean, behind the meter plant, I have spent many a night in that swamp. I have spent a lot of them by myself down there. Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put that down for a while till I get more used to this. Right, I'm fixing to start throwing a spinnerbait. I tell you something else that I'm thinking about if it might be. You know, they make a little short paddle,
Yeah.
a sculling.
Sculling paddle,
Yeah, right. And you can just, you know, keep it laying in. You pick it up on this side or pick it up and do this side.
I booked me a flight to Denmark.
Denmark? You gonna go down and visit?
Them folks that come over?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, then all that. That's Marine Corps carried me to several places, and I ain't got no desire to go back.
You saw enough?
I saw enough. I was stationed. Yeah, I was stationed on Okinawa for 18 months, and out of that, I spent a month in Japan. I'm talking about sleeping in a tent, and then 3 months in the Philippines. But I mean, it just didn't never enthuse me. That's like we're coming home. Had a chance to get off and have a day's liberty on the Hawaii. We docked on Pearl Harbor. They only give half of us permission to, you know, go ashore, and the other half had to stay on the ship. But I mean, they were still ships and everything. A lot of them still. But Waikiki Beach wasn't a thing in the world, but just a bare beach with a few palm trees here and yonder. So a guy they were getting off, and the guy was standing by me. We was up on the rail, leaning against the rail looking. And he said, I sure would love to go. I said, well, here. I gave my pass. I said, you take it. I ain't got no use for it.
You wasn't worried about going to
I wasn't worried about going out on Hawaii. All I was worried about was getting back home.
How long would y'all stay at sea and stuff on them boats?
To go over, it took us 30 days. To come back, it took us 31.
Dang.
I'm talking about now on
A month in the boat.
on a boat, and now it was so crowded that you get up in the morning, get in line to eat breakfast, and maybe get to eat breakfast by 9 o'clock. Then you'd go right out and get in line again to come back through to eat lunch.
Just pretty much turn around.
Well, I mean, you're looking at, on a troop transport, there was 5,000 of us on it, not counting the ship crews. And I mean, man, it was, and going over and coming back, for some reason or other, they always decided that they would be repainting the ship.
Right in the middle of all that.
All that's right, man. Everybody had to shift over to one side, and you either stood shoulder to shoulder, or sat down, and you know, and waited till the time to get up and go get in line to eat.
Wasn't nothing to do.
No, it wasn't nothing else you could do. And then you'd be about ready to get your plate and go through line, and here come the ship crew. And there'd be about 100 and something of them. They get to go ahead of you. Yeah, I learned how to guide this thing now with that spinnerbait. Rock, Rocky Point. Had a back.
Uh-oh. How about knock a rod out of your hand?
I'm telling you. And he was. Yeah, that's.
A brag.
Yeah.
I'm saying no bigger than that is. He smoked it, didn't he?
Sure did.
They strong, little old
And I wasn't even thinking. I mean, it caught me off guard, really.
They had first fish in a kayak.
First fish in a kayak. How about that? That's the first bass I've caught. Well, I did catch some. That's pretty nice. Saturday. How about that? Oh, come on. Yeah, I gotta have to sharpen my technique.
Willie O.
You got him?
Yeah, 1/4 ounce rattle trap. Oh, it come off. Oh, they loaded up out here, Willie O. I lost that other one, but got me another one. Oh, that's a better fish, Neil. That may be a carp. I may have done foul hooked a carp or something. No, it's a bass. There's another one all over him. I might have had two, is what it was. That's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna get an old treble hook. Woo-hoo. Them sun guns are strong. Try not to get a dang hook in me. All right. Thought it was gonna be bigger than that. It's a decent one. I'm so scared of hooks these days. All right, little old 2-pounder, 2 1/4.
But no, I tell you what, Shay. I've done some things that I ought not have done, I guess, in my life. But I have enjoyed.
Enjoyed it all.
I enjoyed it all.
You're doing good.
And I know I'll be the first to tell you. I mean, me and my wife have been married 62 years. And it ain't been no picnic. I mean, we've had our up and downs, and I hear people talking about, oh, we don't never have no disagreements, or we get along fine. And I want to look at them in the eye and say, you're just a dang lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't change a thing in the world.
Yeah.
From what it is.
Well, what do you think about kayak fishing?
Well, really and truly, I can see some things that I would do if I had one to make it a little more stable.
Yeah.
And by doing that, then I would feel a whole lot better. But then if I was fished in one for a while,
yeah, you get more comfortable the more you fish.
Right, the more you get used to being close.
Yeah.
And,
well,
and
you teeter a little bit and you think you're going to go, but this thing actually catches you pretty good.
Yeah.
The first few times you tilt, you don't realize it.
Right, it's that.
Yeah.
Now, what I'd really like to do is like go and fish like Flint River.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
See that that one that comes in above on Hardin.
Yeah, the Chattahoochee up there above it.
My sister and brother-in-law lived up there when they right after they got married. Me and him fished together some, not all that much, but that's the one that runs in up there. Well, it's rocks. I mean, just the whole thing got big rocks, and it ain't waist deep. You buy a cane pole about maybe 10 foot long, something like that, and put some eyes on it.
Put eyes on the cane pole.
Yeah, on the cane pole, and then have a fly reel and use fly line, and then put a leader on it about that long, and put a cork up here and then the weight. Then we stopped at a bait shop and got some shiners, and you wade. You get out there and wade. Water coming around them rocks.
Yeah.
Flip that thing up above the rock and let it come around it like that. And then when they got to the back behind it,
they smoke it with it.
Man, you better hang on. I'm talking about
cane pole. You better.
Yeah, I'm talking about huge bass.
Yeah. Well, Willie O, I enjoyed it. We better get over there on the bank before the snakes get out.
All right, then.
Sneak up on us.
You ain't enjoyed it any more than I have.
We'll get back out here and catch us some more before too long.
I probably done burnt your ears off, but
no, we've been having a good time. It's good to catch up and spend a little time on the water.
Yep. We ain't spent no time on the water here.
I know it's been a while.
That's just like
2 of these jokers, so we can do it whenever we want to.
That's just like me and your daddy. I mean, we have enjoyed ourselves. I have a lot of days in the boat together.
Yep. He'll burn your ears off.
Well, he'll beat your butt too.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a time that I could hang with him. But you know what? I guess about the best time I've had this year was up on Gunnersville. I have fished that one pocket up there ever since '86, and I always caught fish. But now, that's where every fish I weighed in. I had 43 pounds 2 days out of that one pocket. Now that ain't counting the ones I missed.
There you go. Well, Willie O, I thoroughly enjoyed it, bud.
Hey man, not no more than I did.
That's why I say I got 2 of them. Anytime I go, you welcome.
Yeah, well I appreciate it.
We'll go fish and have a good time.